So you've chosen an apprenticeship to apply for, and you've filled in all of the simple bits like your name, your address, and your qualifications. Now you arrive at a page that either has a box with upload covering letter, or a blank box with supporting statement in it, or a question to answer like, tell us why you're a good fit for this role, or the very vague, what are your strengths, which is the standard question on the gov.uk apprenticeship application site. These are all essentially asking you to do the same thing, which is to write about a page of A4, setting out why you are the best person for the job. It can be really daunting to stare at a blank space wondering what to write, but hopefully this short video will help you to overcome that. Firstly, cut and paste the person specification and the job description into a Word document. Then, you want to look for all the key skills and knowledge that the employer is looking for and highlight them. Now, these skills and area of knowledge are the structure that you're going to use to make sure you don't miss anything vital out of your cover letter or supporting statement. You can even use them as subheadings so that you aren't starting with a blank page. You can leave the subheadings in or take them out at the end, depending on whether you have a strict word count and just whether or not you like them. So like I've done here, for every skill or area of knowledge, think of an example of something that you've done at school or college, in a part-time job or as a volunteer that shows you have developed that skill or area of knowledge. For example, you can see here that I've used the desirable skills as the subheadings. So under willingness to learn, the example that I've chosen to use was for a sixth form student learning new IT packages during the COVID-19 pandemic when they were working remotely. So I started with that example, but actually it's an opportunity to bring in some other aspects that are mentioned in the job description here as well. So while talking about a willingness to learn, I can also bring in the fact that I was learning new IT packages, including Microsoft Office, because that's mentioned here in the job description. And also I could give the example of a BTEC business module in financial management, which also allows me to mention financial, which is another keyword here in the job description. What you do is you carry on like this, thinking of examples from school, college, part-time jobs, volunteering, that enable you to show the skill, but then also bring in other key aspects so that you can show that you are a good fit for this particular job. One of the ways that you can go a bit further and make your application really stand out is to use the STAR technique. That stands for Situation, Task, Action, Result. And it's a really good way to make sure that you don't go off telling a long story about a project that you're really proud of without actually getting to the point of why you did it, what about it was good. When you're writing your example, think of all of the actions that you took to make that project or situation a success. Think really hard about the outcomes on the customers or other staff or volunteers and on the business that you're working for, or even reflect on your own development. This is the result bit, and it's the most important. The employer that you're applying to wants to know what impact you'll have if they hire you. Tell them about all the great stuff that you've done and how it helped you or someone else. Once you've written examples for everything on your list, get your original job description and your person specification, put them next to your application like I've done here, and pretend you're the hiring manager. Now read through your application and make sure that you have mentioned everything that's important from the job description. If there's something that's clearly vital to the job, then add it in as another subheading and add an example for it. This is a pretty fail-safe way to make sure you've covered all of the important points. Finally, go back up to the top of your supporting statement and write your introduction. In this, you want to say that you're applying for the position of whatever the job title is, and you feel that you have the relevant experience and qualifications to make you a strong candidate. In particular, and then here, list some of the things that you do best and things that are obviously vital to the job. By doing this, you show that you're a standout candidate and makes the employer keep reading. Get a few people that you trust to read over your statement. Your careers advisor, teacher, family member, a trusted friend. Be prepared to edit your first draft a few times before it's ready to send. It's probably going to be finished at some point between draft 3 and draft 5, so leave yourself plenty of time. Good luck!